So join me here in Hero's Pose by sitting with your knees together, and feet can either come together and you can sit on your heels, or you can create some space between your heels and sit down onto the mat. The idea here is that you don't want your knees to splay out. So if you need that little extra lift, go for it. You can always tuck something underneath. There he is, as promised. You can always stick something underneath your sits bones, like a block. If you don't have a block, you can always use a blanket or pillows, whatever you got laying around. You need to stay there. So sit up nice and tall, close your eyes, lift your shoulders up by your ears, roll them onto your back. Let your arms hang heavy, and just rest your hands on your lap. Breathe in and out of your nose. And we'll start with a box breath today for some grounding. So box breath works with a 4-count inhale, 4-count hold, 4-count exhale, 4-count hold. 4-count all the way around. And you can take this count a little slower, a little faster, whatever you need today. So inhaling, pause and retain. Exhaling, Atlas, come here. And pause and retain, or suspend. Atlas, lay down. Inhale. Yes, I love you, bud. Lay down. Pause. Exhale. Pause. One more time. Inhaling. Exhaling. After that last pause, come back to your natural breath. Just notice the qualities of it. Maybe it's a little more calm than it was just a few moments ago. So I invite you to keep the 4-count for your inhale and exhale throughout the practice today. I invite you to try to breathe through your nose. Let's take one more big breath in together. Exhale, communal sigh through the mouth. Go ahead and flutter your eyes open. And we're going to give our legs a little extra love today. Lift your hips, bump them to either side, and swing your feet around. Or come to your seat any other way that you're comfy doing so. Stretch your legs out long, flex your toes. Sitting with your shoulders over your hips, rest your hands beside your hips on the floor and act as if there's a wall behind you, so nice long spine. And bring your heels towards the edges of the mat. Bend into your left knee, bring the sole of your left foot into your right thigh, and square up towards your right leg. So your belly button faces your knee. Inhale, sit tall, stretch your arms overhead. Exhale, melt forward. Doesn't matter how far you go, especially if you've been fairly immobile today, if you're stuck at a computer, doing anything else that maybe doesn't allow you a lot of activity, or maybe your range of motion isn't quite up to what you think it should be. And that's okay. Try to let go of any of those expectations. Know that wherever you are right now is exactly where you should be. Try to keep those right toes flexed. Don't let your foot go limp. With your next inhale, walk your hands back towards your body. Slowly lift your torso upright and swap your feet out. Left leg extends, right foot comes in. Square up towards the left leg. Inhale, sit tall, lift your arms. And exhale, melt forward. This side may feel a little different from the first side. That's okay. Maybe this side wants more, wants less. Take note of these requests from your body and honor them. You don't need to force yourself to do the same thing on both sides. With your next next inhale, walk your hands back towards your body, lift your torso upright, and stretch that right leg out. Keeping your feet at the edges of the mat, toes still flexed. Inhale, sit tall, and extend your arms out in front of your shoulders. And now line your arms up with your legs, so instead of going straight out front, they're at a little bit of an angle. Inhale here, grow tall through your spine. Exhale, start to lean forward. Try to keep your arms flat with being parallel with the floor. Try not to let them dip down. So think about trying to poke the wall in front of you. Keep reaching with your fingertips. And find your edge, the place that you can't really keep your spine long anymore. You can't really keep your arms balanced with the floor. Just notice where this is. Take another big breath in. Exhale, release your hands down to the floor. Let your forehead reach towards the floor. Let your back round, but don't crunch here. Breathe in through your nose. And breathe out through your nose. With your next inhale, walk your hands back towards your body. Nope, hey bud. And come upright. And find your way into tabletop. So crossing your legs, flopping over your knees, maybe just rolling over and coming up. So in your tabletop, your knees are right under your hips. I know that might be a little difficult for you to see right now, so use your judgment. Look back between your knees, hide your feet, hi bud. Your palms are in the mat. Middle fingers point forward. Spine is long, so your tailbone reaches towards the back of the room. The crown of your head reaches towards the front. You're not looking up, you're not arching your neck. Press your hands into the mat a little more. Create a little more space in your shoulder blade. Inhale, hammock your belly. Reach your heart forward. Bring your chest in between your biceps. Exhale, round your back. Lift your spine towards the ceiling. Head dangles down. Inhale to cow, arching your back. Exhale to cat, rounding your back. And see if you can do this with your own breath. Breath comes first. Sync your movement with your breath. Try to keep that 4 count that you established already. Take one more round of cow-cat here. And then exhale. And inhale back to neutral. All right, keep your toes and your knees right where they are. This is going to be similar to a child's pose, but not quite. Inhale in tabletop. Exhale, round your back and sink your hips towards your heels. Inhale, come back up to tabletop. Long spine, don't hammock your belly. Exhale, round your back, sit your hips back towards your feet. Inhale forward, tabletop. Exhale back. So you can stick with this pattern, or we're going to try adding on this time. Inhale, tabletop. Try lifting your right foot up off the mat. Point your toes back, reach your leg long. Make sure you're not hammocking your belly. Exhale, lower your knee and sit back. Same option, other side. Inhale, tabletop. Left leg extends back. And exhale down. Alternating back and forth, or sticking with that original pattern, that's fine too. Either way, be mindful of your core and your lower back. Keeping your abdominal muscles engaged is going to help keep your lower back safe. And then meet me back in tabletop when you've gone to both legs equally, if that's the option you've taken. If not, just meet me back in tabletop. Beautiful. All right, so from here, inhale, stretch that right leg straight back behind you. This time you're going to flex your foot. Navel keeps drawn towards the spine. Palms are still pressing into the mat. Space between your shoulder blades. Inhale here. Exhale, you're going to bend your knee, open your knee out to the side, toes point to the side. Think of a dog at a fire hydrant. Inhale, stretch your leg back. Exhale, bend. 2 more times. Inhale, back. Exhale, bend. 1 more to go. Inhale, back. And bend. Hold it out here. 3, 2, 1. Stretch it out long. 3. Keep breathing. 2, 1. Bend it back in. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Stretch it back. And release. Go ahead and shake your hips from side to side if that feels good. Maybe a little more cow-cat. Maybe some circling with your shoulders and wrists. Take a moment to reset and give your body what it would like right now. When you're ready, meet me back in tabletop for all of that fun on the other side. Good. So inhale, stretch your left foot back, toes down, press through your heel. Exhale, bend your knee, point your knee to the side, toes to the side, hydrant. Inhale, stretch your leg back. Exhale to bend. Inhale, back. Exhale to bend. 1 more time. Inhale, back. Exhale, bend. Hold here for 3, 2, keep breathing. 1, option to extend out. 3, 2, 1. Bend it back in. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, knee down. Widen your knees to the edges of the mat. Big toes together. And come into an extended child's pose. Walk your arms out long in front of you. Bow your forehead down towards the floor. If you'd like, you can turn your palms upward here for a little rotation of the shoulders. That may feel nice, especially after all that pressure in your wrist. Turning your wrist like this may feel good. Anything else that you'd like right now? Take 3 nice deep breaths. Maybe you extend that 4 count a little bit more here. Slow the breath down, especially your exhale. And using your next inhale, come back to tabletop. Good. From here, tuck your toes underneath, lift your hips, push them back, downward facing dog, pedal it out. Bend one knee while you straighten the other. Go back and forth a few times. And maybe start to find some stillness here. With an inhale, look forward. Shift your shoulders above your wrists, coming into your first plank pose today. Just like in your tabletop, you're not hammocking your belly. Nice tight core. Palms are pressing into the mat. Shoulder blades are separated. 3, 2, 1. And push back to downward facing dog. Shift your weight into your left foot. Inhale, the right foot lifts. Exhale, bend your knee. Big step forward, bringing it up in between your hands. If it doesn't make it all the way there, that's okay. Use your hands to help get it up there. Drop your left knee down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Start to lift your torso upright. But check in with your base first. Make sure your knee and your ankle are lined up. You don't want your knee pushing forward. If you need more sensation in this left hip, you can scoot your left knee backwards. Inhale, lift your arms overhead. A little crescent lunge down here. See if you can turn your pinkies towards each other just a little bit more. Another deep breath in. Exhale, float your hands down to the floor. Plant your left hand on the inside of your right foot. Keep your lower body exactly the same. Inhale, stretch your right arm up towards the ceiling. Keep breathing here. You're working towards stacking your shoulders. Totally okay if it doesn't happen today. If this is too much for your right shoulder, maybe you bring your hand towards your hip. Just work on rolling your shoulder onto your back. Gaze can be to the floor for more stability, up to your hand for more challenge, or anywhere in between that you would like. And from here, tuck those left toes under, lift your knee, a little more strength in that back leg. See if you can come a little lighter on your left hand, so you're less reliant on holding yourself up with your arms. See if you can use your core and your legs here. Feel that fire, that warmth. Another deep breath in, and a full breath out. Inhale, start to lift your torso upright, keep your arms wide. So you're coming up to a twisted lunge. You want to make sure you're not reaching forward or backwards here. You're trying to keep your spine stacked. Again, gaze wherever is comfortable. Keep that nice, strong, stable base. The lift through the back of your left knee. Don't let your left knee start to sink down. Another deep breath in, and a full breath out. Inhale, coming to warrior two, cartwheel your hands up and over, opening wide, bending into that right knee once again, but hips and shoulders are facing the opposite direction. And again, make sure you're not leaning forward and backwards. Spine is in a straight line here. Breathe. With your next inhale, coming into a crescent lunge. Sweep your left arm forward, chest, shoulders, hips all turn forward. Pick up your back heel. Deep breath in. Exhale, hands to your heart. Another deep breath in. Exhale, start to lean your weight into your right foot. Make your left foot lighter. Maybe you come up to your toes. Maybe you lift your foot up, finding your warrior three. Then any arm variation that you would like. Maybe your hands stay at your heart, go back behind you, overhead, out wide. You do you. Another deep breath in, and a full breath out. Slow, with control, gently start to bend into your right knee, step back, gently land your left foot down. Inhale up to crescent lunge. Good. We're going to get fancy here. Coming into eagle arms. Open your arms wide. If you're not next to a wall, a little easier. You're going to swoop your right arm underneath your left. Option one, hands to opposite shoulders. Option two, backs of your hands together. Option three, working towards bringing the palms of your hands together. Then lift your elbows up in line with your shoulders. Make sure you're not sinking into your lower back, not pushing your belly forward. Make sure you're still lifting up through the back knee. Make sure you're still breathing. It's okay to wobble. We all wobble. Balance is hard, especially if you have carpet all over your house. Another deep breath in and out. Getting even fancier here. We're going to transition into a tree, but keep your arms in eagle. Start to shift your weight into your right foot again. This time, instead of picking it up behind you, you can come to a kickstand. You can bring the sole of your foot to your calf, or you can bring it up to your thigh. Just make sure you're not putting pressure on your knee. Your left knee still points out to the side. Deep breath in, and a full breath out. One more breath here, in, and out. Slowly release your left foot down to the floor, untangle your arms, bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, reach your hands to the floor and open your chest. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Step back to downward facing dog. Getting ready for the other side. Shift your weight into your right foot. Inhale, left foot lifts. Exhale, big step forward. Take your time getting there. Do what you gotta do. And bring your right knee down to the floor. Setting up your stable base. Remember your knee and your ankle. If you need more stretch, it is sliding your right leg back. And slowly starting to lift your torso up. Maybe your arms lift too. Another big breath in. Exhale, float your hands down to the floor. Plant your right hand on the inside of your foot. Inhale, stretch your left arm up towards the ceiling. Remember, you can always modify. Bring your hand to your hip. Just keep opening your heart towards the left side of the room. Adding a little more strength to the legs. Tuck your right toes under. Lift your knee. And playing with a little balance here. Inhale, start to lift your torso up. Keep your arms wide. Next, inhale, swoop your arms over, around, warrior two. So now you're facing towards the right side of the room. While your gaze is forward, hips and shoulders are towards the side. Still breathing. Good. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Stretch your left arm up. And back to warrior two. Inhale, crescent lunge. Turning hips, shoulders back forward, arms overhead. Your right heel is lifted. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, start to shift your weight into your left foot. Hands can come to your heart. And lift up. Warrior three. Slowly, gently start to lower your right foot back down to the floor, returning to your lunge. Lift your arms up. And getting ready for our eagle arms on the other side. Swooping your left arm under your right this time. Lift your elbows up. Feel that expansion through the back side of your upper back. That doesn't make sense. Expansion between your shoulder blades. Back side of your heart. That's what I was going for. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, start to shift your weight into your left foot. Starting to come forward. Maybe you find that kickstand, your calf, or your thigh, wherever you would like to practice today. Another deep breath in, a full breath out. One more round of breath here. And then go ahead and release your right foot down. Untangle your arms. Reach your hands behind your back. Stretch out your chest. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, melt forward. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right foot up. Exhale, bring your knee in behind your right wrist. Turn your toes to the left, lower your leg down, and come into pigeon pose. So if this is too much for you, you can always come onto your back. I'll show you that one in just a moment. But if you're upright in a regular position here, you want to make sure that your hips are even. So find your hip points. Notice if that left hip is lifted up, if you're kind of leaning over to the right. Put some sort of prop underneath your right hip to help keep them balanced. So the modification here would be coming onto your back, crossing this right leg over the left. You can either stay like this, or you can lift your left foot up off the mat and hold on to the back of your thigh. So it's going to be the same stretch, just a different orientation. There's many reasons why we may want to modify a pose, so we're not really going to speculate on that, but if that's something you want today, go for it. So if you're up here in your pigeon, go ahead and exhale, walking your hands forward. Melting down towards the floor. Maybe your forehead touches. Maybe you create a little shelf with your arms. Tune into your breath for a moment. Tune into your heart rate. Feel that beating in your chest. Tune into the sensations in your body. Where do you feel sensation right now? Tune into the openness in your body. Where do you feel free movement of energy? And tune into your mind. Notice the qualities of your thoughts. Are they kind? Are they gentle? If you're folded forward, use an inhale. Start to walk your hands back towards your body. You're going to come upright and swap sides. If you're on your back, just swap your crossed legs around. So if you're in your pigeon, go ahead and tuck your left toes under, lift your hips, step on back. Go ahead and pedal out for a moment here. And then other side, inhale, left foot lifts, exhale, knee to wrist, turn your toes, lower your leg down, and sink down into your version of pigeon pose. So again, one side may be more or less willing. You don't have to do the same thing. If you want to use a prop on this side, go for it. You can even go onto your back if you were upright last time, or maybe the opposite. Maybe you want to try this way on this side before committing to your back. And if you'd like to fold forward, use an exhale, walk your hands forward, melting down. And going through that checklist once again, taking note of your energetic, physical, and mental bodies. Noticing where you are right now, knowing that you don't have to do anything about it, you don't have to change anything about it. Just observe. If you're folded, use an inhale, start to walk your hands back towards your body, come upright, and we're gonna take a fancy transition, shift your weight over to your left side, swing your right foot around, and stretch both legs out long. So if you're on your back, just come back upright for a moment. We'll take a few seated poses before fighting our way down onto our backs. So from here, I like facing you guys better. I'm gonna face you. You're gonna stretch your legs out long, bend into your left knee, and if it feels okay to you, hop your left foot so it's on the outside of your right leg. If not, that's okay. Just keep it right here. Option to keep this right leg long, or you can tuck your foot in so your heel is next to your left hip. So either way, you want both sit bones firmly on the ground. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, turn to the left. You can hug your thigh here. Maybe you hook an elbow. You can bring your left hand onto the floor for support. Just try to keep your spine stacked. Notice if you're starting to curve or lean in order to touch the floor. Bring the ground closer to you or untwist a little bit. Play around with that. See what will help you keep that straight alignment in your spine. One more big breath in, and a full breath out. When you return to your inhale, gently untwist. Extend your right leg out. Uncross your left, stretch your left leg out, shake it out, slap it out, whatever feels good here. And we'll go to the other side. Bend into your right knee. Option to keep your foot right where it is or hop it on over to the left side of your left leg. Inhale to sit tall. And exhale to turn. Turning to the right this time. Again, you can hug your thigh, hook your elbow, whatever feels better to you. You can bring that right hand down to the floor for support. Remember, long spine, shoulders are even, and just breathe. Another big breath in and out. With your next inhale, untwist. Stretch that left leg out, unhop the right, stretch the right leg out, shake it out. This time bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees fall away from each other. Adjust the fleshy part of your seat if you need to, so you're still making connection with the ground beneath you. So you can either draw your heels in close, you're going to feel more sensation in your inner thighs and hips. You can scoot your feet away, and when we fold forward, it'll give you more sensation in your back. You can find somewhere in between where you have a nice little balance of the two. So whatever works for you. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, lean forward. Allow your back to round gently, but again, make sure you're not crunching into your fold. Chin away from chest, chest away from navel. And with your next inhale, slowly, gently lift your torso back upright. Exhale, relax. Bring your hands to the outsides of your legs. Bring your knees back together. Walk your feet towards your body. Give yourself a hug. And then turn back onto your mat if you're not already there. And we'll take a few rock and rolls. So keeping your spine rounded, you can bring your hands behind your thighs. You can hold on to your shins. You can let go, whatever you want to do here. So roll backwards and forwards along your spine, maybe extending your legs if you'd like a little more help with momentum. Get a nice little spinal massage here. It's kind of fun. It's okay to smile and laugh here. And your next time back, go ahead and stay back and stretch your legs up towards the ceiling. Flex your feet and push through your heels as if you're trying to hold the ceiling up with your feet. Another inhale here. Another exhale here. Another deep breath in. Exhale, bend your knees, release your feet down to the mat. Stretch your legs out long. Point your toes, reach your arms overhead. I'm going to stand up for this because it's kind of hard to see me on the floor. So, flat on the floor, arms are overhead, coming into banana pose. Start to reach your hands over to the left side of your mat. So you're starting to feel some stretch through the right side of your body, maybe up by your armpit, maybe down through your rib cage. And then start to move your legs also to the side, and that'll start to provide more of a stretch through the outside of your hip, maybe down your thigh a little bit. You can be as curvy or as straight of a banana as you would like. If you like, you can cross your right ankle on top of your left. That'll give you a little bit more sensation. Just make sure both hips are still down on the floor. You're not rolling onto your side. Take another big breath in, and a full breath out. Inhale, come back up, or come back to center with your upper body, uncross your ankle, come back to center with your lower body. Going into the other side, take a deep breath in, exhale, scoot your hands over to the right, and scoot your feet over to the right. Option to cross your ankle here. Left over right this time. Left shoulder, left hip are still down on the floor. You're still breathing. your upper body back to center. Uncross your ankle. Bring your lower body back to center. Inhale, take a full body stretch. Point your toes. Reach your hands. With your next inhale, see if you can make yourself a tiny bit taller, tiny bit longer. Next inhale, just a little bit more. Stretch. Exhale, release. Let your feet fall away from each other. Bring your arms down by your sides, palms up. Close your eyes. Allow your breath to return to normal. Take one more scan of all three of your bodies, starting with your physical body. Relax your toes, feet, and ankles. Relax your calves, shins, knees, and thighs. Relax your hips, buttocks, abdomen, and chest. Relax your low back, middle back, your upper back and shoulders. Relax your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms. Relax your wrists, hands, and fingers. Relax your neck. Relax your head. Relax your face. If there's any area of your body not totally relaxed right now, inhale to send your awareness, your energy, your prana there. Exhale, encourage it to relax and let go. Relax your mind. Notice any thoughts or feelings that don't serve you. If you find anything you don't need to take with you today, inhale deeply. Exhale, encourage it to move on and let go. Eventually, allow yourself to lie here still and relaxed in body and mind for just a few more moments. Bring your awareness back to your body. Bring some gentle movement to your body, wiggling your toes, your fingers, your ankles, and your wrists. Rock your head from side to side, stretch your arms out long. Give yourself whatever gentle movements you need to help reawaken right now. As you're ready, draw your knees towards your chest. Give yourself one more hug here. Roll over onto the right side of your body, finding the fetal position. Using your right arm as a pillow. Knees are still hugged into your chest. Rest here for a moment. Then gently press yourself upright and come to a comfortable seat. Sitting with a tall spine, use an inhale to stretch your arms overhead. Exhale, bring your palms together, draw your thumbs to your third eye. Allow your thoughts to be kind towards yourself and others. Draw your thumbs down to your lips. Allow your words to be gentle towards yourself and others. Draw your thumbs down to your heart. Allow your heart to be open to love and be loved. With the next inhale, lift the corners of your mouth and smile. Thank yourselves for stepping on your mat today and spending a little extra time, energy, and love on you. Namaste.